This exercise is a standing hip flexor stretch. Now our hip flexors are the muscles that live on the front of our hips, and these can often get quite tight because we sit a lot, and when that happens that can start to put a lot of pressure through our lower back. So this is a stretch to try and open those up to help take pressure off the lower back and just to get the hips moving a little bit better as well. So normally I would do this in kneeling, but quite often we can't do it in kneeling if there's pain around the front of the knee, so this is a really nice alternative to that. So what we want to be doing is setting ourselves up with something behind us. I'm going to use the bed here, but you can use a chair or something similar. That's where we're going to be putting our foot up and onto. And if balance is a bit of an issue for you, you might also want to have something in front of you. I've got a chair here. You could use a stick or set yourself up near the wall or something like that. So first of all, what I'm going to be doing is put my foot up into this position. Now this is a sort of quite a traditional quadricep stretch. So the quadricep muscles, the big one at the front there. I'm wanting to bring it up a bit more into the hip flexors themselves, and the way we do that is by paying really close attention to what our pelvis is doing. What I want to make sure we're not doing here is going into that sort of movement, this sway back sort of movement. What I want to be doing is actually tucking that pelvis back under, and the way to think about that is your pubic bone, bringing that up to your sternum, or the other way to think about it is tucking your tailbone underneath yourself. Either way, we want that pelvis to be rotating backwards like so. So you try to get yourself into a position where you've got a little bit of stretch here on the quad. We want to be up as tall as we can be through that, sort of through the hips there and through the chest, and then from there, that's when I really want you to tuck that pelvis under like so, start to try to get a bit of a stretch at the front, and then what we can do from there is then push the pelvis forward a touch like that. If you've done that well, you should feel that that stretch comes more from the out of the quad and hopefully starts to come a little bit more up into the front of the hip. Now, if you're not getting a stretch in that position, what you then want to do is bring the back foot up. So you might bring the chair higher, stack books on the chair, use a cushion, something like that, to get that first part of the quad stretch. Then again, tuck the pelvis and then ever so slightly bring the pelvis forward. So that there is your standing hip flexor